Yo, YouTube, what's up with your boy? Sports and Fitness Rants. I'm back, guys. Click that like button. Subscribe to my channel. What's up, y'all? Welcome back, guys. Welcome back. Got another great video for you guys today. As usual, you guys know the deal on this channel, man. It's all about setting the record straight, stopping the lies, stopping the narratives, stopping them from rewriting the history, stopping them from bending reality, man. And in this video, we're going to talk about how Michael Jordan was clutch on the defensive end. That's right, guys. A lot of people don't think about being clutch on the defensive end, right? As it relates to defense, you can be a clutch defensive player, coming up with key defensive plays in key moments. This was Michael Jordan, guys. This is why, to me, he's the greatest two-way player in the history of the game, guys. The history of the game. And we're going to talk about some of Michael Jordan's clutch defensive moments in this video. And I want to thank you guys, man, everyone across the world, everyone across the states that's been supporting my channel. Once again, guys, I am truly, truly humbled by all the support, man. It really means a lot, guys, for real, man. I don't just say these things to say it. I'm truly humbled by all the support, man. The true supporters of my channel, the real basketball fans are standing up. You guys know the deal, man. So thanks to everybody in the membership, anyone that donated to my channel. Thank you very much, guys. You guys emailing me and asking me for certain things, man. I really appreciate it, guys. Thank you. I try to get back to you guys as quick as I can. Forgive me if I don't get back to you or if I miss something that you guys have asked me or video requests. Please forgive me, guys. I try to do my best, man. So thank you guys for continuing to support me, man. And you guys know what to do. Turn the volume all the way up. Hit that play button. Remember, these videos are for educational purposes. And let's roll. So yes, guys, man, you know the deal on this channel, man. To me, Michael Jordan is the greatest two-way player of all time, right? He's the greatest player of all time, but to me, he's the greatest two-way player of all time, right? To me, nobody was able to do what Michael Jordan did offensively and defensively simultaneously while leading his team to championships. And when we think about people coming after Michael Jordan over the last several weeks, the last couple of months now, with these, Michael Jordan Defensive Player of the Year award stats and all this other nonsense, they want you to believe that Michael Jordan was all about the numbers, or that Michael Jordan's defensive ability or prowess was based off of numbers, which it was never the case. Michael Jordan's defensive reputation was earned on the court. They had nothing to do with steals, nothing to do with blocks, the numbers. It was Michael Jordan's impact on the court. He had guys looking over their shoulder when they were getting ready to shoot the ball because you never know if he was going to come flying behind for a block. He was the one that had people scared to dribble the ball against him because of his quick hands and all these things, the instincts that Michael Jordan had. And when we think about defense and being known as a great defensive player, which Michael Jordan is known for being, Michael Jordan was also a very clutch defensive player, guys. Clutch on the defensive end. So what that means is that there were many times where Michael Jordan came up with key defensive plays or just playing really great defense at certain points of the time in the postseason when the team really needed it. Michael Jordan was there on the defensive end, guys, right? Clutch on defense. Not just Michael Jordan hitting clutch baskets. We all think about Michael Jordan being clutch. We think about shooting. We think about him making shots. But they don't really think about Michael Jordan on the defensive end, the clutch defense of Michael Jordan. So when we think about Michael Jordan playing defense, right, guys, let's think about the 1991 NBA Finals. Oftentimes, people want you to believe now, it was Scottie Pippen. Scottie Pippen changed the dynamic. It was Scottie Pippen jumping Magic Johnson that all of a sudden got the Bulls to win. Once again, trying to take away from Michael Jordan by lifting up Scottie Pippen and basically giving you a false narrative. Anyone that watches the 1991 NBA Finals, you watch the NBA Finals from the beginning to the end, game 1 to game 5, what you'll notice is that Michael Jordan guarded Magic Johnson more often than Scottie Pippen did. Did Scottie Pippen guard Magic Johnson? Absolutely he did. They would switch Scottie Pippen on Michael Jordan from time to time. Once again, there were often times when Michael Jordan might have gotten a couple of quick fouls in a game in the first half, let's say. And Phil Jackson would put Scottie Pippen on Magic Johnson. But that was also strategic because there are two different types of defensive players, right? Two different kinds of dynamics, right? Two different kinds of dimensions. Scottie Pippen with the longer arms, a little bit taller than Michael Jordan. But Michael Jordan having the quicker feet, the quicker hands, being a greater athlete than Scottie Pippen, being more of a dog on the defensive end than a Scottie Pippen, but also realizing that they needed Michael Jordan on the offensive end just as much as they need him on the defensive end. Whereas Scottie Pippen, they did not need Scottie Pippen on the offensive end as nearly as much as they needed Michael Jordan. So that allowed allowed Scottie Pippen to exert more energy on the defensive end and give Michael Jordan a little bit of a rest. Once again, you're talking about Michael Jordan going against the greatest point guard in the history of the game, Magic Johnson. And people want you to believe that Magic Johnson was giving Michael Jordan the business, or Magic Johnson was doing XYZ against Michael Jordan. There's no shame in Magic Johnson dogging Michael Jordan or making Michael Jordan look bad from time to time. It's freaking Magic Johnson. He made a lot of people look bad in a lot of areas, in a lot of points of his career, man. Michael Jordan held his own against a bigger Magic Johnson, the veteran savvy of a Magic Johnson, the skills of a Magic Johnson. So when we think about Michael Jordan being a clutch defensive player, let's think about Game 3 of the 1991 NBA Finals. And I've talked about this game on this channel many, many times. And I've talked to you guys about what? The game. At the end of the game, Scottie Pippen fouled out. Fouled out, guys, at the end of Game 3 with the Bulls down by 2 points with, I believe, 9.2 seconds left on the clock. Did Michael Jordan yell at Scottie Pippen on the sideline? Did Michael Jordan give up and say, damn, man, we ain't got Scottie Pippen out here, man. How the hell are we supposed to do this, Scottie? You left me out here by myself, man. Did Michael Jordan go on a tirade? Did he sit off to the side of the bench? Did he say, hey, Phil, man, I'm done. Don't put me in. The game's over. There's 9 seconds left. We can't win this game. Scottie Pippen's out. Michael Jordan didn't do that. No. Instead, what Michael Jordan did was what? He proceeded to dribble down the court, hit the game-tying shot. To me, that's probably the most clutch and difficult shot I've ever seen Michael Jordan hit, guys. Go back and watch that shot. The man literally dribbled down the entire length of the court with Byron Scott hand-checking him with the forearm the entire length of the court. Michael Jordan stopped on a dime at the top of the key and hit a running jumper over the outstretched hands of the 7-foot Vlade Divac. If you look at the ball, it barely gets blocked. It gets over Vlade Divac's fingertips like that much, man. They slap hands at the top. Michael Jordan makes that shot with a second to go on the clock. Ties the game. Now they go to overtime. There's no Scottie Pippen there, guys. No Scottie Pippen there. So who had to guard Magic Johnson in the overtime? 5-minute overtime. Michael Jordan did that. And you guys know what Michael Jordan did? Shut Magic Johnson down. 0 points, 0 assists, 0 rebounds in the overtime being guarded by Michael Jordan, guys. That's called being clutch on defense. On defense. Michael Jordan coming up with no Scottie Pippen there, winning the game, leading his team on both sides of the ball, and coming up clutch on the defensive end, galvanizing the team. They would go up 2-1, and the rest was history. That's being clutch on defense. Let's think about 1992 NBA Finals, going against Clyde Drexler, the runner-up to the MVP that season. The runner-up. That was Clyde Drexler's individual season of his career, 1992, run up to the MVP. And in the NBA Finals, Michael Jordan outplayed Clyde Drexler handedly. Not only did Michael Jordan hit him in the first game with the shrug, a barrage of threes, and we all know Michael Jordan's scoring prowess during that series, but on the defensive end, Michael Jordan brought it to Clyde Drexler. Did Clyde Drexler have his moments? Absolutely. It was a hard-fought series. It was tied 2 games apiece. And in Game 5, Michael Jordan dropped 40+. But he also was able to lock up Clyde Drexler for stretches at a time during that series. Stretch of a time. Clyde Drexler didn't go above his scoring average. His scoring average dropped going against Michael Jordan in that series. He held Clyde Drexler to lower shooting percentages. He made him earn it and work for it. Once again, Michael Jordan coming up with clutch defense against Clyde Drexler in those finals. Not allowing Clyde Drexler to go crazy on him and score all these points on him. Because not only did Michael Jordan score the ball, but he played the defense. Right? He played that defense. If we think about 1996, guys, and we think about the NBA Finals in 1996, a lot of people forget to mention, right? They love to talk, oh, Michael Jordan, he choked in the 96 Finals. I don't understand how you could choke in a Finals and still win 4 games to 2. But that's neither here nor there. We all know these 8 LeBron James fans, they say weird things. But they'll talk about Michael Jordan not having that great of a series. And yes, that may not have been one of his better shooting series-wise, the shooting percentages. Because once again, Seattle was known for having a great elite perimeter defense with guys like Nate McMillan and Hersey Hawkins. And we all know Gary Payton. But what's not talked about much during that series is I believe in I can't remember if it was game 2 or 3, guys. Ron Harper went down. It might have been game 3 that Ron Harper went down with the ankle injury, I believe, and he only played like 1 minute in the game. Who took on the challenge of guarding Gary Payton? That happened to be Michael Jordan, guys. Michael Jordan, who I believe was about 5 years or 5 or 6 years older than Gary Payton during those finals. Nobody wants to talk about that. Michael Jordan was like, what, 32 years old, 33 years old? And Gary Payton was like 26. And Michael Jordan proceeded to lock up Gary Payton with Ron Harper out with the ankle injury. Ron Harper was limited going forward after that injury. Michael Jordan stepping up and being what? Clutch on the defensive end, making Gary Payton work for it, making him earn it, and leading the Bulls to another championship. It was an ugly championship. Once again, it wasn't Michael Jordan's prettiest championship or his greatest shooting championship series-wise, but Michael Jordan galvanized the team. He rebounded the basketball. He assisted the ball. All the players on the Bulls during that series fed off Michael Jordan, guys. Everyone was feeding off Michael Jordan. They were double and triple teaming Michael Jordan from the Seattle Supersonics. Michael Jordan putting pressure on Gary Payton and the Seattle Supersonics defense by attacking the lane, drawing fouls, getting to the free throw line, and making his free throws. But it was Michael Jordan's clutch defense against Gary Payton when Ron Harper went down that was able to lead them right to a victory. People don't talk about this, though, but Michael Jordan was clutch on the defensive end against Gary Payton, man. He was clutch against guys like Hersey Hawkins, shutting Hersey Hawkins down, shutting him down. He was clutch on help defense, Sean Kemp, Detlef Schrempf, all these guys, man. That's Michael Jordan, guys. When Ron Harper went down, Michael Jordan stepped up and was a clutch defensive player at 33 years of age. On both sides of the ball, guys. Whatever it takes to win, leading his team, galvanizing them, not making any excuses. Yo, man, Ron Harper got hurt, man. So, what are we going to do, guys? I don't know what to do. I can't guard Gary Payton. No, Michael Jordan did those things. And then we all know about 1998, the NBA Finals. You guys know the deal. To me, the greatest 3-play sequence in the history of the game was in Game 6. But if we think about it a little bit more, right, and we take it a step further, Michael Jordan played really good defense, help defense, against guys like John Stockton, against guys like Karl Malone. So, in Game 6, what happened? Right? The Bulls are down by 3 points. There's under a minute to go. The Bulls have the ball in inbounds. They throw the ball to Michael Jordan in the inbounds. Michael Jordan does a quick drive to the basket, gets fouled, no call, finishes a layup over Byron Russell and Antoine Carr, who fouled Michael Jordan on that play. No foul was called. Finished the layup, ran a quick 2-for-1 scenario. He left enough time on the clock, which forced the Utah Jazz to have to run a play and to have to take a shot. And what did Michael Jordan do? Because he was a clutch time performer on both sides of the ball. Both sides of the ball. Michael Jordan was able to come up with the steal against Karl Malone. But not only that, guys, he baited John Stockton, one of the great passers, one of the great point guards in the history of the game. The history of the game. The greatest point guard of the 90s, John Stockton. He was able to bait John Stockton, fake him out, lead him to believe that he was going through following Jeff Hornacek, and Michael Jordan peeled back, and all of a sudden, John Stockton was not able to warn Karl Malone in time, and Michael Jordan strips Karl Malone. But what, guys? The key. He did not foul Karl Malone. Go watch the replay. You know we've all seen it. You've seen it. Never foul Karl Malone. That was all ball. That was a clean strip by Michael Jordan. But not only did he strip the ball, he was able to gather that steal. Stripped it and gather it all in one. And no one touched the ball, guys, for the remaining 50 seconds on the Chicago Bulls. From the minute they inbound to Michael Jordan for that quick layup, no one else touched the ball. Strips Karl Malone, and then we all know what happens on the other end. Michael Jordan makes a shot, the rest is history. Michael Jordan being a clutch defensive player. When it mattered most, Michael Jordan was able to come with a key defensive play to save the Bulls, right? Snatch defeat, right? Or snatch victory from the jaws of defeat. Being clutch on defense. That's Michael Jordan, guys. Even if we think about the 1998 Eastern Conference Finals, this series before that, Michael Jordan, once again, at the advanced age of 34, 35 years old. A lot of people forget, in Game 7 against the Eastern Conference Finals against the Indiana Pacers, Reggie Miller was bowling out against the Bulls, bowling out, having a game. Phil Jackson turned to Michael Jordan and put Michael Jordan on Reggie Miller. Not Scottie Pippen. He put Michael Jordan on Reggie Miller. And Reggie Miller proceeded to get shut down and scored 0 points in the fourth quarter, guys. And Michael Jordan, the Bulls, were able to pull out the victory against a very tough, hard-nosed Indiana Pacers team that was coached by Larry Bird. A lot of people forget that. Larry Bird coached that team. And Michael Jordan was able to shut down Reggie Miller and lead the Bulls, being clutch on defense on both sides of the ball. That's Michael Jordan, guys. There have been many examples of Michael Jordan on the defensive end, coming up with key plays, key steals, a defensive stop, and just shutting down his man for a series, a game here, a game there. Taking it personal, Michael Jordan. This is what he did. And I've just highlighted several examples or a couple of instances where Michael Jordan was clutch on the defensive end, guys. When the Bulls needed it, Michael Jordan was there, raising his level of play, having the high IQ. You guys know the deal on this channel, man. When people talk about Michael Jordan, his clutch play, they often think about his shots, which is great. Because Michael Jordan, we all know, has many iconic moments, many iconic shots, right, in his career. But when we think about being clutch, it's not just about the offensive side of the ball and making key baskets. It's also about the defensive end. Coming up with key plays when your team really needed it. Michael Jordan, like I told you guys, to me, the greatest two-way player in the history of the game, guys. The history of the game. Giving that effort, guys. Having the high IQ. Knowing that the game was getting tight and he needs to make a play, and Michael Jordan would step up. This is why Michael Jordan's the greatest of all time, guys. I'm not making these things up. Go back and watch the history of Michael Jordan. Go back and look at those plays that I talked about in this video, and you'll see what I'm talking about. Look at Michael Jordan's defensive stands, the effort he gave, the intensity he played with. That's a large part as to why guys like Scottie Pippen, the Horace Grants, the Ron Harpers, the Dennis Rodmans, all the teammates that Michael Jordan had, right? It wasn't Michael Jordan lollygagging out there on defense. A lot of times people make it seem like it was Scottie Pippen, Dennis Rodman, or Horace Grant, or Ron Harper. They're the only guys playing defense out there. Michael Jordan was playing defense too, man. And leading them on the offensive end. Carrying them offensively. And when it mattered most, it was Michael Jordan, guys, who came with the play. That strip on Karl Malone, that wasn't Dennis Rodman. And I'm not saying that Dennis Rodman was not important. I know these guys are not important. But it was Michael Jordan who made that play. The heads-up play. And if you listen to what he said, he talked about that play. And he said they had run that play a couple of plays before. And he remembered it. So he decided to what? Fake out John Stockton and act like he was going to keep running through with Jeff Hornacek. Right? They were going to run Jeff Hornacek through. He was going to follow him through. And we're going to dumb it down to Karl Malone, one-on-one with Rodman. And Michael Jordan faked and peeled back. And Karl Malone had no idea he was there. John Stockton had no time to react and tell Karl Malone, yo, man, watch it back. And Michael Jordan did what he does. Without fouling. That's the key, guys. Once again, Michael Jordan locking up Magic Johnson in Game 3 91 Finals. There was no Scottie Pippen there, guys. Michael Jordan never fouled out of a game and Scottie Pippen led the Bulls to a win in the finals. No, it never happened. But that's how they promote it now. That's how Scottie Pippen thinks it went down. I think Scottie Pippen forgot he fouled out of that game. He must have forgot. Like that Roy Jones Jr. song. Scottie Pippen must have forgot. And a lot of these other idiots out here, they must have forgot about Michael Jordan and his clutch defensive abilities and the plays that he's made on the defensive end. It wasn't just offense that Michael Jordan was clutch on. It was also on the defensive end, guys. You guys know the deal, man. I'll catch you guys on the next one.